Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Catherine with the all important K, and today's video is actually filmed in my hotel room in London. Yes, I'm in London for the night and I'm doing a travel vlog at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to editing it and getting it out there, and I really hope you enjoy it, so keep a lookout for it. It will be up very soon. Today's video, I want to talk about my top 10 tips to help with anxiety and stress, particularly in these times, because we're in the middle of a pandemic, and it's really had an impact on people's mental health, whether you do suffer with mental health anyway or if you don't. It's really important that we work out what's good for us, what works for us. So these are just some of my tips that have helped me, and hopefully you can get something from it and you can try them yourself to see if it works. So, tip number 1, talk it. It is so important to open up about your feelings, what's making you anxious or stressed, what's causing it, and hopefully you can work out what can make it better. I can't tell you the amount of times that I feel a lot better after just getting it off my chest. And it can be anybody you feel comfortable with. It could be a member of your household, partner, spouse. It could be any member of the family, a work colleague, a friend, or even a pet. Even a pet, as long as you're just getting them feelings out, because it's the first step towards recovery, really. And I can't tell you how good it feels when you get it all off your chest. But what I will say is, if it gets to the point where you don't feel that you're in control, I would really strongly recommend that you go and see a medical professional, particularly your GP, because they can refer you or they can recommend help that would be beneficial for you if that's the route that you and they believe is best for you. Number 2, reading. I always like to delve into a book if I'm feeling really stressed out, particularly a fiction book, because it just, that story, you get so involved in it and it just helps you to forget about your own world, and it just takes you into this little bubble for a certain amount of time. You get invested in the story, you get invested in the characters, and it can be so good for you. I mean, it doesn't have to be fiction, it could be non-fiction. You might want to learn something, or it could be an autobiography about your favourite personality, football player, celebrity, whatever you want, whatever you enjoy. So I highly recommend getting a good book out or your Kindle and start reading. Number 3, having a nice, hot, relaxing bubble bath. I do enjoy a nice bath. The warm water, the bubbles, the scented oils, candlelight, it just creates a really nice relaxing atmosphere. And the music helps as well, but you can listen to whatever you want. I enjoy listening to piano music, it just really helps me unwind. But it helps you forget what you're really anxious or stressed about, because you're in your own little bubble, no pun intended. You're in your own little world and you can just keep all the bad stuff out. Right. Tip number 4, knitting. I love knitting. It's really the only crafty thing that I'm actually good at, and I'm still learning. What I like is you get you get your wool and you've got a pattern, and then you can create something, and it makes you feel really, really proud of yourself, and it really gives you a really good feeling. So it can be anything that you want, whether it's sewing, gardening, creating is just a wonderful thing to do. And like I said, it makes you feel so proud of yourself, and it gives you that really good feeling of accomplishment, and it really is very, very good for your self-worth. Last Christmas I was leaving my job to do full-time agency work, and I was really, really stressed about it. I made 5 Christmas stockings in the space of I think about 2 months. I made 5 of these, and I really, really enjoy it, and hopefully this Christmas I'll think of something new to whip up. But yeah, anything that you feel creative and passionate about, just do it. And it's amazing how good it makes you feel about yourself. Number 5, ballet. You guys all know that I'm a big fan of ballet, not just watching, but I do enjoy doing it as well. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it, and the benefits I get from it is it's really, really, it's a fantastic exercise. You really work all the muscle groups in your body. You're learning a skill, you're learning coordination, which is something I lack. I lack coordination. I'm not very sporty, but this is something that I really, really do enjoy. Even, like I said, I'm not very good at it, but if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter. And of course it doesn't have to be ballet. It could be things like yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, anything that can get you into that calming state where you just concentrate on your movements and how you feel when you're doing it. It is a wonderful feeling. Number 6, having a nice, long, relaxing walk. Hi, I'm in Kensington Garden, just having a walk before I go back to my hotel. Walking, I find, is really, really good if you're really feeling stressed, anxious, concerned about anything. It can take your mind off it, because particularly if you're in a really lovely place like this. And walking is really good because it brings you, your endorphins, which are supposed to be really, really good for just helping you stay calm. And sometimes it's nice to have a change of scenery, get a bit of fresh air. It's definitely one of my favourite things to do if I'm really struggling with my anxiety. Walking is, as you know, a very, very good exercise. It's very healthy for you, and it releases the endorphins that help keep you calm and can generally bring happiness. As you've seen in that clip, I was in Kensington Park, and it was such a lovely, big, beautiful park, and I just loved the smell of the trees, and I sat down, I felt the grass. Just being outside just made me feel so calm and relaxed, and I could just sit there and just take it all in, and just feel very, very at peace and very, very happy, and it was such a lovely feeling. Number 7, comedy. They say laughter is the best medicine, and they are right. Put something on that makes you have a good belly laugh, whether it's a stand-up comedian or a British sitcom or your favourite American TV show. Something to really, really get you having a good laugh. Just let it all out. And it takes so much stress away. I cannot recommend it enough. Put something on that really, really makes you laugh. Number 8, your favourite film. Like reading, putting on a good film takes you into a different world with different people, and you really get absorbed into the story, regardless of what it is that you enjoy. Me, I'm a big old Disney nerd. I love my Disney films. They make me feel so good inside. It brings out my inner child, and I cannot get enough Disney. But not just Disney, you know, I do like my favourite action films, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, Pirates of the Caribbean, just anything that you enjoy is good enough for you. Number 9, meditation. Now, when I was in CBT, I was taught a little bit of this by my therapist, particularly when I was having a really hard time sleeping. Because at the height of my depression and my anxiety, I was having a lot of problems sleeping. Because I was worried that I wouldn't fall asleep, then I won't wake up in the morning. And I'd be really tired, I'd miss the bus, I'd be late for work, I'd be in trouble. And it's just such a vicious cycle. So what he taught me to do was just to lay back, get comfortable, just close your eyes and just listen. Try to pick up sounds from outside wherever you are, even if it's nothing. Try and listen for it. Give it a minute and then bring it in. Listen to what's in the room. It could be the AC, or the radiator clinking away, somebody coming up and down the stairs, the floor's creaking, your pet's running around. And then bring it inwards. Listen to your breathing, listen to your heart rate. Keep taking deep breaths and then go back out again. Listen to your surroundings in the room and go out. Even if you don't hear anything, just keep listening and then bring it back in to your room and then bring it back into yourself. And it just, because you're concentrating on a task, you don't think about anything else, and it gets you into such a relaxing state, especially if you're doing this when you're trying to go to sleep. Then it just puts you into that state, and then you naturally fall asleep. That really helped me. I mean, there are hundreds of different ways to meditate, and obviously you have to pick what's right for you. That helped me a great deal. But if you, I'd recommend that you try it, but if you think that perhaps maybe doing it this way or doing it that way, research it. Sometimes you have to experiment with things before you work out what's best for you. Just because somebody else says it worked for them don't mean it's right for you. It's the same with me. What works for them doesn't work for me, but what works for me might not work for you. So just look into it, try it. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, try something new. As long as you're getting the benefits that you need. That is the most important thing of all. And finally, number 10. Trying to work out what is causing the stress in the first place. Sometimes this isn't always possible. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Unfortunately, that won't go away overnight. But there might be things that are stressing you that maybe you can work on, that you can change. Do what you can to try to change the situation for the better. If it's at home, speak to your employer, speak to your boss, and see if there's any changes that can be made. It could be your duties, it could be work time, it can be anything, as long as you're open and honest about it. And who knows, there might be something that they can do to help. If it's at home, talk to your housemates or talk to family and see what can be done to change the situation so that you are feeling less anxious and less stressed. For me, particularly when I was at work, earlies was really a struggle for me because I was struggling sleeping, and I was so tired and drained and just feeling awful. So when I spoke to my charge nurse, we were able to come up with the solution that I would work late. So I wasn't starting 7:30 in the morning, I was starting at 10:30. So at least I didn't have to worry too much about buses because they were usually a bit quieter. It gave me a longer sleep-in, so I didn't have to worry about getting up at the crack of dawn or not being able to get up at all. I would finish at about 8:30, I'd be home for 10, I'd have a couple of hours just to relax, and even if I didn't fall asleep till midnight, I would be up at 8, and at least I would have 8 hours sleep, and I felt a lot better, and it really, really did help. And now I've changed the situation again. I'm not at a permanent job anymore, I'm agency, which is better for me because I can do permanent nights. Nights is even more better for me than doing late shifts. So if you are able to change it, then do so. But all you can do is just try and speak to people. It's one of the only ways that you're gonna get through it. There are people out there that are willing to help. You just need to find that person. Sometimes it is a bit of a struggle, but when you do, it will be so worth it, and you'll get the benefits that you need, which is the reason why I'm doing this video, is because I want to give you guys advice, and maybe one or a couple of my tips might actually benefit you, or at least get you thinking about ways that you can help yourselves. I mean, when I was struggling with my anxiety and depression, that's what I wish that I had. You know, somebody that I looked at and said, oh, they've got similar problems to me, and this is how they're dealing with it, maybe I can do something similar. Anyway, I really hope that you've benefited from this video and that you have got something out of it. Even if I just help 1 or 2 people, it will be completely worth it, and I really, really do wish you all the best. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you've liked it, give it a good thumbs up, and if you like the look of my channel and you want to find out more videos that I'll be doing in the future, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And next week you'll be seeing my London travel vlog, so do look out for it, and I shall see you soon. Bye!